Did anyone ask for this video? Well, the answer is that they didn't. You may notice that this is the third video I'm putting out on my channel, and it still isn't the introductory video I promised. I swear it's coming soon. As for the art fight part 2, I don't think there will be one. As much as I'd want to show off my attacks, I ended up doing them traditionally, so there's no speed paint footage to show, and I don't know if the artist who attacked me would be okay with me showing off their art on my channel either. So yeah, no art fight part 2, guys. Nothing interesting happened, I had a good time, that's it. So everyone seems to hate Genshin now. Well, hate is a strong word. From the videos I've watched, it's more like they have complaints about the way the game is. But honestly, the things they mentioned that I can remember didn't bother me. Sure, a lack of a skip button is a little annoying at times, but for the most part, I went to sit down and listen to the cutscenes, so it doesn't bother me. I think people had problems with the wish system too, but I've always been a free-to-play player. I take the characters the game gives me for free, and I don't invest real money into trying to get a character. Would it be nice if I did? Sure, especially one man in particular. I do have to admit, though, I can see why people would be bothered by the wish system. You have to get a crap ton of primo gems just to be able to make one wish, and you end up getting a weapon anyways. In my experience, games like Nikke have been way more forgiving with their character getting systems. If I logged in daily and did all my tasks, I was usually able to get the character I've been wanting. So, I've been lurking in the Genshin community for a while now. I didn't play the game because my phone didn't have the storage capacity back then, so instead I read fanfics, read up on characters on their wiki, and generally engaged in fan content. I'll give you a little peek into my room, don't mind the mess. Oh hey, look at that, how'd that get here? Those videos about people quitting Genshin Impact finally gave me the push I needed. I wanted to see what everyone was talking about. I was mostly interested in the story, so I went in judging based off of that. Now that brings us to this video. I asked myself, why would anyone want to watch me play this video game when there are thousands of better YouTubers making videos on it instead? I'm sure somewhere out there there's someone like me who lurked, unsure of whether or not the game was something worth playing. I was that person, but I am that person no longer. I took the time out of my day, even though nobody asked, to project my opinions into the void. So for the 3 people watching this, let me take you through my experience of lurking in the Genshin community for years and finally trying out this game. I figured, hey, why not try it out? I can always delete it and go watch a Let's Play if I wanted to, so why not? And I can use it for sweet, sweet content. I downloaded it on mobile because I, like many others, don't own a fancy gaming PC. All I have is a Mac and a phone. It seems like you can run it on the Mac if you do some workarounds, but I wasn't going to risk downloading something foreign on my new computer just so I could play a game. So that leaves me stuck with a phone. So right off the bat, I noticed that you have to wait an extremely long time for the game to load. Obviously, it's been out for a while, there's loads of content that you need to download. But if you're looking to say fuck it on a Friday night and download it for shits and giggles, don't expect it to immediately pop on your screen the second you hit download. I do wonder how sustainable that is, though. Will it eventually take like an hour to download and all your storage to play? I'm not sure how much this would matter to a player, though. A PC player, maybe they have plenty of storage. Also, if you hear purring, that is my cat. At first, I somehow downloaded the... Okay. Hi, I see you. You're kind of hard to miss. At first, I somehow downloaded the demo version, even though I could have sworn I was in the right place and had to wait the customary half an hour. It probably wasn't that long. As my phone slowly drained of its battery and got hotter and hotter, it wasn't that hot. If you want my spoiler-free take on the game, skip to the end of the video. If not, let's get started. First things first, I'm pretty sure you have to have some like crazy storage to run this game. Because before my photos were taking up a lot of space, I have a lot more storage than anyone else in my family, I think, but this thing just rolled in and it was taking up almost half as much it was taking up almost as much storage as my photos when it was only halfway downloaded. Already the game's kind of glitchy, but it's not really impacting my enjoyment of the game. Paimon tells me we gotta go to some statue or whatever and then proceeds to watch me struggle while my directionally challenged ass wanders around trying to figure out which way to go, while picking up whatever I see. Immediately after Paimon tells me about the wind god, I start climbing down the mountain to get the glowy light thing, and the game spanks me and tells me to come back to Paimon. We end up going to the glowy statue anyways, and some glowy thing flies into me, and boom, I now have the power of Anemo. What the hell is Anemo? Paimon tells me to go to Mondstadt, or whatever, and as we walk into the forest, we catch sight of a giant dragon. So, like an idiot, I continue walking into the forest, fighting everything in my path, and trying so hard to climb up a tree to get at this slime thing, but no such luck. I just wanted to talk. We sneak up on some freak talking to a dragon, and then a bunny girl flies in and says, "May the animal god protect you," and my church-going ass instinctively responded, "And also with you." After taking forever and having to look up a walkthrough just to be told to go to the location designated by Amber is literally just follow the damn sparklies, we finally meet Mr. Mankai himself. Me, directionally challenged as I am, fumbled about grabbing whatever I can find and running away from fights as after I died an embarrassing amount of times and found my way to these temple thingies. They need me to do the thing, which will make the thing, I don't know. After that's all taken care of, I completely ignore Jean in favor of finding a sword for Kaya. He told me some weird story about his grandfather being a pirate, and I didn't really believe him. I just did it because, well, you know. And it turns out he was lying, because after I walked around for like forever trying to figure out where he wanted me to go, I ended up having to fight this long-armed mechanical thing that I only beat because it backed me into a corner and I managed to get the high ground while it just ran into the wall. So I was just like, eh, eh, eh. So after that, I have to complete Amber's challenge, which I thought was going to be really hard since I'm dumb, but I actually got the hang of it despite my whining, and it was actually pretty fun. Getting back to the main story, here I am chasing after this twink Venti, and he just stands there while I get my ass beaten by this monster. I get that the characters can't help us fight, but I wish they'd come up with a reasonable explanation as to why they just sit there and watch you get absolutely murdered. That could be my one complaint about this game. Venti needs this lyre or something to calm the dragon Dvalin down, so he asks me, "You want to steal from a church?" Hell yeah, I want to steal from a church! After being caught sneaking around a couple of times, I get the hang of it before I can steal the lyre or something. The Fatui person steals it first. And instead, D-Luke is a total bro, letting us hide in his tavern while we're being chased by the law, and you know, he's kinda... I want to be in a Kaya and D-Luke sandwich. Do not clip that. I have to go to D-Luke's tavern in the night, but I'm still unsure of how to work the clock thing, so I went to spend some time waiting for nightfall, and I shit you not, fought the foliage. And I was rewarded for it. I got a bird egg after I smashed a bush with my sword. So we recover the holy lyre and it's in bad condition, so we need to go out and find more dragon tears. Specifically, I need to find the tears, because I know damn well none of these guys are helping. To do so, I have to fight this really freaking huge mechanical monster that killed me the first time around. The second I used the same strat I used against the monster on Kaya's mission, I got the high ground and then fired arrows at him while he kept walking into the wall. The only problem is that he had missiles and I couldn't seem to dodge fast enough, so I just kept sniping him while healing myself over and over after he keeps bombarding me with missiles. We finally get all the frickin' tears, and then we go to find Dvalin, except Dvalin is with an Abyss Mage or something. I still have no idea what an Abyss Mage is. Yeah, and he breaks the lyre, so now we're screwed, and we did all that work for nothing. And I need to be Adventurer rank level 18 to progress the story. And I was like, how the hell am I going to do that? I'm on 14. It already took me so long to get this far. But that's when I went to 15 and unlocked co-op mode, which you can play with other players. And I met this player who was very kind and very patient with me and my dumbass, and they led me around and defeated a bunch of big scary monsters for me, and I wish I could give them some of the stuff in the chest that we find, but I don't think I'm capable of doing that in the game. Yeah, anyways, I just mostly followed them around like a duck, which is what I do in most social situations, so yeah. We finally made it to Leeway to fight some more bosses, and Leeway is so pretty. If I have one very high praise point for this game, it's that it's so pretty. The land is vast and expanse, and you can explore it, and there's so much things to see and do. I could spend forever literally just exploring Leeway if they let me. I think they might in the future. Anyways, we go around fighting a bunch of bosses, by which I mean they fight the bosses and I stand there kicking at his kneecaps. Anyways, progressing the story. Hi, it's Reagan from later. I've played the game a little bit more. It's almost 1 a.m. and I have some thoughts. But let's get on with the script. We'll get to that. Next up, after stealing all the books I can from Deluxe Winery and gliding all over the place, I finally decide to progress the story and head over to Stormtear's lab. After dying again an embarrassing number of times, I determined that the only way I was going to clear this was if I A. enlisted the help of a higher level player, B. use actual money to buy better characters, or C. leave and grind until I'm at a higher level. I say screw this noise and teleport back to Mondstadt. That's one complaint I can have about this game. It felt like for several obstacles, either I was just bad at gaming or there was no way I was going to beat this monster unless I did the things listed above, which sucks because this game is supposed to be free to play, but it feels like I need to pay to be able to do stuff. I just felt so frustrated since I'm supposedly traveling with Vinti, G-Luke, and Jean, but here I am doing all the work, dying over and over, while they stand there watching me like... I don't even care about Dvalin. I have no special feelings towards him. I'm literally just doing this because Venti told me to. Anyways, back in Mondstadt, I helped Lisa find some missing library books, which was going fine until she made me have to fight an abyss mage, and after that experience, that mage was lucky Lisa was the one dishing out the punishments, because I would have straight up murdered the thing if given the chance. Also, I raided the library and took all of his books just to try and stop me, Lisa, and we ended up talking to this chick Jana who was sleeping over D-Luke and like, yeah, girl, get in line. Next, I helped out Zhang Li in a cooking competition, and that was fun. Also, I rolled again, and I got Yao Yao, so my team is now comprised of a cavalry captain, a therapist, a chef, and a child. I spend 4 freaking ever looking for this loser's invoices because Chucklenuts here dropped them somewhere, and this chick found one of them, but won't give it to me unless I find her some Noctilus jade. And while looking for these stupid rocks, I unlock a new area in the game that I don't even think I'm supposed to be at right now. Like, stupid question, I know, but why isn't there just an option to just punch her? Like, screw your side quest within a side quest. I'm rocking your shit and robbing you blind. That's a complaint I have about this game. Some of the side quests just feel a little contrite and useless. Like, why do I have to take an hour out of my day just to find some guy's boxes? Do it yourself. Another complaint I have about this game was that even after I got a newer character, Jehoa, I think is her name, she required materials from later in the game to level up, so until I can get to that section, she's basically useless to me, stuck at level 20. I was spending hours and hours, slowly but surely leveling up, just so I could face that stupid dragon because I wanted to finish up the prologue before publishing this video. And like, sure, I could have enlisted the help of that higher level player that helped me before, but I suck at asking for help, okay? So instead, I completed challenges, I defeated monsters, and finally, I managed to defeat all the monsters that had been tripping me up in Stormtear's lair. Okay, now where do we go? Well, Stormtear's lair is surrounded by this kind of wind wall thing, and I can't find my way out of it, so I teleport outside his lair and try my hand at activating one of the goalie things, and immediately fail to beat the monsters within the time limit. So after all that, what do I think about Genshin as a game? Well, I don't like it. The side quests are arduous and not fun, save for a few of them. You have to grind like crazy, only to still struggle with abyss mages and still not be able to beat Stormtear's lair. The prologue was lackluster in terms of story, and if I didn't know the characters' backstories, I'd only be mildly interested in them. If I want to be able to continue to play this game, I'm probably going to have to suck it up and ask another player for help. But that is going to be after a long break. Who knows? Maybe I just suck at gaming, but the game failed to endear itself to me enough for me to keep playing if I didn't have ships and characters I liked in it. I'm kind of wishing I just watched a Let's Play, to be honest. If you couldn't tell, I'm quite frustrated with the game right now. It is 1 a.m. Anyways, my brother was listening to me play this game, and he said, "Oh, it sounds like you're making a Let's Play, so if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. I might do a Let's Play of doing stuff in Leeway if I ever manage to get past the prologue." Anyway, that's all for now. See you later. So, final thoughts, would I recommend this game? Well, despite being frustrated most of the time, I did actually have a modicum of fun, so if you're a player with some money to spare or a lot of free time, I would recommend this game if you don't get frustrated easily. Free-to-play players who are looking for a game that's a little bit more forgiving, I would recommend Nikke. You have all the time in the world to go download it. That's all for now. I will be heading out.